Recording. All right, welcome, guys. Happy July. Very excited to have you guys here and on time. Welcome. So excited. I am Joie Lee,
And I'm Alex Lee.
and we are part of Team Live Life Off Leash. And so we are excited to have you guys here for our July monthly team call. We've got some fun things to chat about tonight. But first and foremost, we want to do some celebrations. Krista is celebrating that she is here. All right. We know that she is super busy. She has a prepping for a big long week of being at festival, and being a festival kid myself and having my parents put the festival on, I 100% get it. And that was only from like a Wednesday to Sunday. So I couldn't even imagine 10 days. But my dad was a festival chairman, so he did all the things. That was one of my first jobs, and even management of people was working at the festival. I had to manage all of my friends and get them to come pick up trash with me. So that was a good time. Fair is crazy. Yes. All right. Janine says, still recovering from the fall. Oh, but I'm here. Yes, we are so happy to have you here. Very, very happy. All right. So we are going to be doing a little bit of some celebrations. I pulled some of the numbers and very excited to announce I'm going to be doing new PV, top in PV, top in new PV, and top in paw clubs. So for top in PV, so that's top in sales, we have Donna, second is Brett, and third is Amanda Kierfot. So way to go, you three. Very excited for that. And then for top in new PV, we have Donna, Amanda, and then Pam. Way to go, Pam. And she's here. Woo, woo, woo. Top three in new PV. Woo, woo, woo. And then top in paw clubs is Donna, Amanda, and Pam.
Way to go, guys.
Yeah. Caitlin is celebrating 11% of the way to a VP team. Woo woo! Yes, actually goes directly into some of our July announcements. In case you guys have missed it, pawTree points are starting. This is one of the big changes that they have made this year. Usually pawTree points did not start until August 1st, but they have actually shifted the date, and it's going to be going from July 1st till the end of the year. So New Year's Eve, the let's not wait till the very end of the line to be earning that pawTree. So pop in the chat if you are one that wants to earn the pawTree. We don't even know where we're going yet, but we can already be starting to accumulate points. I know some of you guys on here already have some sales, and so you guys already have points towards towards pawTree. So that is really, really exciting. They have always done really great trips. So I just got back from Dominican Republic earlier this year. We had Bali, we had Mexico.
An Alaskan cruise,
Yep.
Bahamas, a cruise to the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm. I know they've had one in Cabo. Alex and I did not earn that one.
We did not earn that one, and I feel like there might have been one other one we didn't earn.
Yeah, I think the first one we didn't. But they are always such a good time. I was able to go pretty much completely for free to the Dominican. I think I spent maybe $100 on my plane ticket, maybe. I think it was actually even less than that. So I went this pawTree, and I did not spend hardly any money, just a little bit at the airport, and that was it. So you really can earn a free
Did you
trip.
get some snacks?
I did. I got some travel snacks because your girl needs to snack. I even take my own snacks, but yet I still need my travel snacks.
They taste better from the airport for some reason.
Yeah. And we had some long travel days, so I needed actual food.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So pawTree points are running, and it is super, super exciting.
And they're doubled for everybody.
Yes.
So, again, how they've done it in years past is you have a sponsoring category and a sales category, so all those points will be doubled. And then for those of you that are coming to Paw Fest, typically get points there.
Yep, they've done some teasers on that. Of anybody that comes to Paw Fest, there may or may not be extra points for it. So, and then yeah, so some of the things that even though we don't know where we're going, we don't know all of the details. It does sound like there's going to be some big changes that are happening towards Paw Trip. But they basically said focus on sales, focus on sponsoring, and also focus on the cash dash. So Shannon, I know that you are still in your fast start. So that is, you can focus on cash dash and getting those new sales. It's just going to be your ticket to getting onto whatever the trip is. And then what else we have going on in July? We have Paw Fest. So we are very excited. There's a big group of us that is going. So I'm actually going to shout out who all is going to go. So we have Alex and I, Brett Murphy, Danielle Allen. I see you on here, girlfriend. Caitlin, Linda, Mindy, Pam, and Sarah. So welcome, guys. So excited to be able to hug you guys, see you actually in person, give you guys big hugs, and it's just going to be such a fun time. So yes, that's actually one of the topics that we are going to be talking about tonight is for you guys that are not able to make it to Paw Fest. Of course, we guys want you to be there, but we also want to be giving you guys really good nuggets on what you can do from home to still be excited about Paw Fest, still have your network of people that can be excited about it. They can get on your VIP list. I'm not going to give too many nuggets because Sarah and Caitlin are going to be doing the training tonight. But we are going to be chatting all about that tonight. And then that moves us into our mindset minute. So we really want to make it very apparent that prioritizing like it matters, like prioritizing your pawTree business like it matters, because it really does. I know life can get very busy. It can get very chaotic. I know 4th of July weekend for me was just nuts. Like I was coming and going. I filled up my car twice because I had to just drive around so much with pet sitting. But I know that life can just get away from us. But if we make it a point to actually prioritize our pawTree business, and now I'm not saying that it has to be this 4-hour block. If it's only 10 minutes, it's okay. Maybe it's 10 minutes before you go to work, or maybe it's 30 minutes after you are home from work. Maybe it's taking your lunch break in your car and shooting a TikTok there. Whatever you need to do. And so, we had a little bit of this earlier today on one of my calls, because if you don't prioritize your time and when you're going to be working pawTree, then it just slips away from us. Next thing you know, you're on your phone, you've been scrolling for 10 minutes, and you're like, oh my goodness, my break is done. Or I got to go to my next pet sit. Or fill in the blank. The kid needs something, right? The puppy needs out. All of these distractions. And so we often say that this business fits around our life, and that is true. But if you don't actually make time for the business, then it's very easy for days and weeks. And next thing you know, you're just like, wait, when was the last time I posted about pawTree? You've lost all of that momentum that you had from when you were consistent. And so I was just talking with Shannon earlier today. It's figuring out what is that consistent for you. It doesn't have to be posting one TikTok every single day. If you can post 1 or 3 or 5 and not get burnt out, cool, do that. But yet that can look differently for each person. So it kind of is figuring out, what do you want to do? What all do you want to get done? And then making sure that you can prioritize that time, that amount of time that you're going to need to be able to make that. So maybe it's a power hour. Definitely, if you've got like an hour that you're like, this is when I want to work. I have 1 o'clock on Tuesday. Pop it in the team chat and say, hey, who else can jump in on a power hour? or hey, I really need to crank out some things right now. I'm going to jump on a quick Zoom. Here's the link, jump on with me. And then anybody who's available, we can jump in and be able to do that with you. So setting some time on Sunday, I did pop this in the chat earlier. Actually, do you want to talk about that? Like the setting up your Sunday to.
Yeah, so this is something now. Summers, with the holiday and stuff, been a little hectic for us, but this is something that Joey and I really like to do. Is we sit down on Sundays and then we game plan like what our week looks like. So that's just her and I kind of coordinating our schedules and just sitting down and like, hey, what does this week look like? And then in that time too, we're also going to be like planning out like content and when we're going to go live and what we want to talk about. So like during that hour on a Sunday, if you can just set time aside and then like that can be your game plan sesh for the week. It doesn't have to be a big long thing, a big to do, but like sitting down and being like, okay, like oh, hey, Mondays for us are really busy. We
Yes.
shouldn't hold ourselves to a very high standard to make sure we're doing X, Y, and Z because we're already doing ABC.
I think I had 6 meetings today.
Yeah. So they're usually just a pretty hectic day, but then it's like, hey, we get into the week, things slow up for us. So now we know, hey, we got to be more productive on those days. Or, even like Krista Kenyon, she knows, like, hey, this week she's going into is a festival or the
Festival.
fair?
Fair.
Fair.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Fair.
I thought it was the fair. Yeah. So she's got a big fair week going on. So like just all right, what can I do to set myself up for success before I go to the fair? So that's why we're really glad she's on because we knew she's got a lot of prep work to do.
Yes. But she was already prepping and was asking in a chat, she was like, hey, what could I be doing at fair to help me with pawTree? So she was already in the right mindset of, hey, how can I set myself up even though I'm going to be busy? What are ways that I can start conversations with people by maybe it's something that I'm wearing, or maybe can I set like just some creative ways to do that? So even if you have a busy week, or maybe you're going to family, I know there's tons of family reunions right now. Like, okay, what are some creative ways that you can do that and be sitting down on a Sunday to kind of plan some of those things out, or even asking in the team chat? So next thing is block your time like an appointment. I know it can be very easy for us to just kind of, oh, well, I'll just between this time and this time and blah blah blah. No, like if you actually set it as an appointment, then your brain automatically goes like, okay, I got to get this done. So part of your Sunday planning, it's looking at your week and saying, okay, when can I squeeze in some intentional time to work pawTree? Again, maybe it's just 10 minutes because you had 30 minutes on Monday that you found, so you could batch some content. So you found another 10 minutes on a Friday that you can actually go and post on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you want to be posting. So that's the next thing. And then batching your content, I will say this till I'm blue in the face. If you can batch content, get yourself into that creative mode, put on some music, tell your family, like, give me 30 minutes to just plan some things out. I know the dogs are kind of hard to understand that, but maybe you got to lock yourself in the bathroom with your computer, whatever you got to do.
Or you just give them some chillax.
Yeah, here's a freeze bone and just go and like be distracted for a little bit. So I can batch my content, I can plan it out, and maybe it's even that's when you're going to hammer out replying back to people. And then be real about your season. If you know, like I know like May and July are just always crazy busy. I knew that I was going to be very, very busy with pet sitting this month. And so, okay, how can I be intentional to make sure that I'm still working my pawTree business? Can I film myself while I'm making the cat food like I just did 30 minutes before I jumped on the call? Is it like, how can you be intentional with making sure that you're still working your pawTree business and doing those income producing activities? You don't need more time. You just actually need to own the time that you have. So ask yourself, when am I working my pawTree business this week? If it's when, what are those times that I'm going to be doing that? So a little bit longer than a mindset minute, but I figured it was very important to make sure that if we don't prioritize pawTree, it's just so easy to be like, man, I just went 3 days and I haven't talked to a single person. I didn't put anything in my stories. I didn't make a post. Oh my goodness. And I'm just as guilty to fall into the trap of not prioritizing it. So this is as much as a kick in the pants for myself as it is for you guys. All right. So, ba-ba-bum. All right, Sarah and Caitlin, you guys are up for social media tips for Pawfest.
So I think I'm starting. Sarah and I kind of split up. We came up with like a list of things of if you're not coming to PawFest, how can you stay involved? How can you still use the PawFest experience and what's happening to benefit your business, sharing on social media or just talking to people? And we came up with a list of ways that we think you can do that have been successful for some of our teammates in the past. And one of the big things that happens at PawFest is typically they may or may not launch a new product. Last year, was it last year that they did Immunoshroom? They launched like, yeah, I think it was last year. Last year they did Immunoshroom, but then they like threw us a curveball and launched like 6 new treats as well. And it was a whole lot of excitement. So with that, they usually have like photos, like a little thing, a display set up that we all go and take pictures and videos of. Sometimes we got a bottle of the Immunoshroom. Some people I think got treats from the In Your Seat raffles. So sometimes like your upline might get the product and can take some product pictures for you. So the first thing that we came up with was if they launch a new product, how will you promote it and which platform will you be focusing on? So there's going to be a lot. There's going to be emails, there's going to be videos, there's going to be your uplines probably texting you a lot. I know that the chat usually blows up during PawFest. So trying to go, okay, I'm going to keep all this excitement, but I'm also going to post on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, eliminate all the apps. Like that's too much. It's too much. I've done it. I did it. I wanted to cry. Pick one. Pick one platform and say, okay, I'm going to focus on this platform this week. I suggest Instagram only because those are the things that I'm going to be talking about in this call. But you can post on your story. So usually when they launch the new product, they'll have a slide that we almost always send in the team chat that's like, does your dog struggle with dental product or dental hygiene, tartar buildup, plaque buildup? And you can literally take that slide, put it as a poll in your story, have people say yes or no or vote on which one. And then if they vote on any of them, say, oh my gosh, guess what? We just had a product launch literally 5 minutes ago, and I think it would be perfect for your dog. With that, they usually also already have some testimonials from the pilot group. Usually, and then they also have the vet panel. So any questions that they think are going to be frequently asked, you'll be getting content of like, okay, here's some testimonials that are already tested out, usually for 90 days, Joey. Is that how long the pilot group usually is? So they're usually like full 90 days. They're going to be great. I don't think they launch a product that doesn't work. So share those testimonials in your story and also say like, hey, it launched 5 minutes ago, but we've already had a whole group of the test pilot test it for 90 days and they're absolutely obsessed with it. I know people who were selling plaque control like that at Legacy just based off the testimonials that we were seeing. The next thing that we said was your post reels, go live and talk about it. You don't need the product in hand to talk about a product. You're going to be getting videos, emails. Some people go live during the veterinary discussion. If you want to go check out my page, I will most likely be live if I have battery. Take notes on what's being said and go live. You don't have to have the product to do that. You can literally just talk about it, educate people. Joey goes live all the time. Granted, she's usually holding the product, but like, why not just talk to the camera? Have your dog in the background or your cat in the background. And then we also said to message your prospects and customers both leading up to PawFest, but also when the product launches. And Sarah and I kind of went back and forth on this of like, do you want to base it on just the pet profile? Like if they fill out a pet profile and it fits the new product, is that who you want to message? And agreed that it would actually be more beneficial to just message everyone. Like let's hype up that there's a new product launching. It's launching on Friday. I'm allowed to say that, I got permission. It's launching on the Friday of Paw Fest. So like let them know, hey, there's a new product launching, what, 7:25. We're so excited. I can't wait to share it with you. I don't even know what it is yet, but the pilot group's hyping it up. Like start building that. And then when it goes live, text them again and say, oh my goodness, like this just launched 5 minutes ago. I can't wait for you to see it. I can't wait for you to try it. Here's the link. Or like, would you like more information? Or does your pet struggle with any of these symptoms? And I'm going to come up with some scripts. I didn't do it before this call because I got sidetracked. But I'm going to come up with some scripts and send them to you guys probably after this. And then also, Sarah, I'm just going to group all of these because they kind of go together and then let you take over. Ask your upline for basic photos of the new product. Like when we were at Legacy, I won a raffle, or like I stood up really fast and got a free bottle of the Plat Control. And the amount of pictures Joey, Sarah, and I took of that one bottle for you guys to use was insane. Like I literally took a picture of it on the table and was like, please go post this. And Amanda, I think it was Amanda, had a sale right then just off my picture I took of the table. So ask your upline if they can go take, which if you're on this call, we're all going to be taking stock images for you. But text us and ask us if there's something specific you want. Like I know somebody asked me, can you take a picture of the size of it? Can you show me the actual chew? And so I opened the bottle up and took the specific shot they were wanting. Or if you guys just want some B-roll video of the displays or B-roll video of the product for so you can make a reel, let us know and we can get that to you. With that, I do want to talk about not copying and pasting other pet pros posts, not copying and pasting their exact pictures without their permission. And it doesn't just go from like, okay, that pet pro spent the time and effort to make the post, that pet pro took that great picture. It comes from, if you just copy and paste the post, the algorithm on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they will not push your post, but they also will stop pushing that pet pro's post. So you're actually harming yourself and harming that pet pro. So like, I'll use this as an example because Sarah and I were talking about this earlier, and it literally happened at Legacy. I had posted 35 pictures of just pawTree products that were just stock images. Cool. I loved them. They were really cool pictures. They were getting a lot of traction. I was getting comments. I was getting likes. I was having people ask me, hey, what's that product in the back left corner? Well, another pet pro downloaded all 35 pictures, posted them with the exact same caption, all 35 of my pictures. And all of a sudden, like, I'm not even kidding you, within an hour, all of my engagement had stopped on this post. You can ask Joey, you can ask Sarah, like it does happen. It is a real thing. So we stress this, and I know Joey and Alex have stressed it. Sarah stressed it. Krista stresses it. It's not just because, you know, we're going blue in the face saying it, or like it actually is proven to be a real thing. You're more than welcome to ask their permission and say like, hey, do you mind if I take, you know, this one photo that you posted and make my own caption? 99% of the time, they're going to say yes. Like I would have said yes if this person asked me for my one photo. But make sure you're making it your own. Otherwise, you're harming everyone involved, not just yourself. And that is all I have. So Sarah, go back to happy thoughts.
So just to add to that too, if you guys like wanted to, you could always just like share another Pet Pros thing and add your own caption. So like, and that goes for anything. If you find a recipe that you love on Facebook and you're like, oh, this looks really good and I want to share it. So you go and share it. Okay, it's great that you shared it, but add a caption. You have to write something else, because have you ever gone to somebody's Facebook profile and it's like recipe, and they don't talk about it. They don't add a caption. They just share. That's not going to get you views or likes either. So I just wanted to add that, because I have a few people on my Facebook that I'm like, oh, this is a really cool recipe, but then they don't write anything, and I'm like, oh, they probably just shared it just 'cause, and for some reason it ended up on my wall, and I don't really care anymore. Okay, so I actually didn't even write notes. No, I wrote notes, but okay. So let me go back to Zoom. Hold on, I'm struggling. Okay, there we go. So when my notes are on my note section, so I have to like go back and forth. So bear with me. So basically, like while you're at PawFest, you know, or sorry, when you're not at PawFest, be kind of stalking the people who are at PawFest. Look into their stories, look at what they're posting on Facebook. Because we're going to be creating FOMO for you guys, and I'm not sorry. But also like it's important that like you see all the new things happening and stuff right away too, so that way you can go and talk about it in your stories or in your like on your Facebook posts and being doing those same things. You don't physically have to be there for some of that stuff. Another thing is just be talking about, you know, you could be talking about how you're not at PawFest this year and how you are seeing everybody who is at PawFest and you're like, I'm just so jealous that they're having so much fun. Um, and I sort of touched on this during one of the leader calls today, is like, I'm personally not here for, you know, in pawTree for the paycheck. Yes, it's nice. Yes, it covers my traveling. It covers, you know, some things like for my family. But I'm not in it for the paycheck. I'm in it for the community. I love the fun aspect. Now that I'm a stay-at-home mom, like get me the F out of here. So that's just how I feel some days. And so like I really need you guys. I really do. I need this community. I need PawFest. I need Legacy. I need these things. And so when you're going on your story and you're talking about, you know, whether you're there or not, those are some of the things to be reflecting on the kind of community that we have. Some people think of pawTree as like this fun, really creative space to be in, and they love to be here. I don't think pawTree is like your normal 9 to 5. I have to go to work. I have to do all this stuff, you know, because you're relying on an income, although some people do work pawTree to rely on the income. But like I would hate to be a bank teller. I think that would be the worst freaking job ever, because of bad math. And that sounds so boring to me. I would rather be helping pet parents, you know, find the best product for their dog or cat. I would rather be connecting pet parents, you know, maybe they're looking for a breeder. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Like I had a girl who was looking for a Maine Coon cat. I know a Maine Coon breeder. I don't remember her name. It starts with an M, but she's out in Minnesota or Wisconsin or something. Anyway, I think it's Michelle. I don't remember. Hader. Haider.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm not just dreaming this. And so like I've connected them before. I'm like, oh yeah, I know a breeder. And so just making those connections, not only for yourself as a Pod Cat Pro, but for your people. I feel like we all have a circle of like people. Okay, I gotta go back to my notes. Sorry. Okay, so also checking your emails. That was another thing because after everything gets announced and things like that, let's say, you know, it's Friday, you're probably at work, you might not be able to like be checking social media all the time, and like that's fine. But after everything gets launched and everything gets said, usually they send out an informational email. Don't miss that email, guys, because that will literally have everything in there. That'll have the new product, that will have just like the trip announcement. It'll have all like any new things that are going on. They'll have all that information right there. And another thing is when they do launch a new product, go like usually after they announce it, it's up on the website. So if you're like, well, I don't really feel confident in selling this product yet, which is very valid. And I feel like at some point we maybe have all been there. I felt like that. I still kind of feel like that about Immunoshroom a little bit. But because it's just not a product I've ever used. And I don't even know if I've ever sold one, to be honest. It's not something I talk about. So I don't know. But go on the website. So like specifically for Immunoshroom, anytime I bring it up to people, because I don't really talk about it all that much, I actually have to go to the website and read the description. And I read the whole thing again because I always forget about it. And so go in and read the item description, read what down to the dosage for like weight. I mean, you might not memorize it, but just read through it. So if you're like, hey, I want to post a story about this, or hey, you know, I want to make a Facebook post or go live, the information's right there. There's probably not much more information that you need than what's on the website. Obviously, people are going to ask you questions. It might feel like you're a brand new pet pro again if you aren't, and you're going to be like, I don't have the answer to that. That's okay. We're going to practice what we preach, right? And we're going to say, I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to find out for you. Whether you're talking to an upline, whether you're talking to, you're sending an email to support, you're talking to Brooke, whatever the case may be. And so I really just wanted to kind of hone in on that a little bit. Okay. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, for those who don't know, again, this was in the email starting at the beginning of the month. Prices go up tomorrow, I believe the 8th, for some products. So most of the time your customers really aren't going to notice unless they've had like the same auto ship every single month, and for whatever reason that, one or two products that they order, the price changes. But if somebody ever has questions about that and you're not sure how to answer that, just reach out to Joey or one of us leaders or something, and we can help you with like what to say. Every year products go up, maybe not in pawTree, but in other companies, they go up $10 sometimes. Sometimes it's just, a dollar or two like pawTree's doing. And so just don't be afraid if somebody's like, well, how come my last auto ship was this price and now it's this price? And then you can say, oh, well, prices went up a little bit. And then they could just be like, oh, okay, thanks for letting me know, making sure they're not getting overcharged or something like that. And then some people, I don't know, I've never had it happen personally. Nobody ever really notices, but just in case it does happen. And then, oh yeah, so if you have somebody on the fence about purchasing right now and it's one of the products that's going up, definitely reach out to them. If you did not see the email, it's the one that we got on the 1st, and there is a price list, like it shows the item and the price increase. So just an FYI on that. Oh, and then, so every year at PawFest, we announce the trip, but we also announce where Legacy is going to be. So to go to Legacy, you have to be an executive director or above, and you have to hit that rank at any point between like PawFest and January, right? Because that's when we go, beginning of January. So this past year, it was in Charleston, South Carolina, which I had a lot of fun there. I wasn't sure if I would really love Charleston, but no, I kind of love Charleston. I even started the show Southern Charm, which is based in Charleston. It's like a trash TV show, and I'm addicted. I'm like, oh, that church, I saw that church in real life, like just like some of the stuff on the street. So I thought that was pretty cool. So where it was on the East Coast this year, next year it'll be on the West Coast somewhere. That's been the theme. And then the year after it'll be on the East Coast. And yeah, we did a ghost tour. We went bar hopping. I think some of us got pretty lit. But it's just really fun things. And Legacy, so actually you just asked me this, but Legacy has sort of the same idea as PawFest. There's like an itinerary, and we have like conferences and things like that, but we also get to have a ton of fun. It's a little bit of a different vibe because it's not like the whole company, it's just the leaders. And so I find it to be probably, I don't want to say more serious. Maybe it is a little more serious, but like we still have fun. Like it's not as like probably a little more geared towards the introverted people. So I guess I could say that. And yeah, I think that's all I had to talk about tonight. So that was it. That's it for training. Sorry, it was like so short. We were like, this is gonna take the whole hour, and now we're like, oh shit.
I think we just yap too fast, and that is the problem.
True. But if anybody has like questions or anything like that, so Caitlin and I are also doing the connection call on Thursday, and we're going to sort of bring some of this stuff up. So if you guys have any questions, please ask us, because we'll also we'll take your questions and we'll just bring them up on Thursday too for other people who might have questions.
Well, I'll jump in with one thing that I didn't hear you guys talk about is having people join a VIP list. That's something that you can always be. You can be starting to talk about that now. You can kind of start dripping that maybe in your stories, making a post here and there. And then as it's getting closer to Paw Fest, you can kind of be bringing it up a bit more. And the way that I really like to do my personally for my stories for like Facebook and Instagram is I like to do a lot of face to camera videos. Now, you could also do a picture and have text on the screen if that's something that fits you better. But I like to still tell some sort of story that leads up to, hey, and if you want to be one of the first people to hear about all of the new, like if you are a dog mom that is if you love to hear all of the new things that are coming out, or if you have a dog that has different kinds of issues, blah, 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 I'm going to be actually like, you can join my VIP list and you can be someone that can be the first one to know what this brand new product is that's going to be getting launched at Paw Fest. And you can be the first one to know about all of the things. Or maybe it's you talk about that you went on some vacation and maybe it was something that was a little bit expensive but you love to travel, blah, blah, blah. And then you can segue into, and I know that our conference is coming up this week, and we've actually just started they announce our pod trip. And I have always heard it's so fun. I haven't been able to go, but it is so much fun. I hear it from everybody. And I don't know if you're somebody that loves to travel, and my upline just went for free, completely for free to the Dominican Republic earlier this year. And that's going to be me next year. And if you like free vacations, then text me vacay and I will get you all of the details because you will be one that can get on this trip as well. So you see how you kind of do a story to kind of be hooking people and you're giving them some information, and then the call to action is, hey, be getting onto my VIP list. Like text me VIP and I'll get you all of the new details that is going to be coming out. If you are a pet parent, you're going to want to know this stuff. Like Pam had even posted in the chat, if you're not a creative type, no worries. You got your best friend called ChatGPT that is free, that you can be like, hey chat, I'm not very creative. Please help me with this. I want to be getting people onto my VIP list because we have Paw Fest coming up. Please give me 6 different options to create FOMO and get people to get on my VIP list. And then you choose the 3 that you actually like, and you can start using those. And as you practice it, it just becomes more second nature to that. So I know VIP list, that's one that you can be texting all of your customers and your prospects and say, hey, we're going to be having our conference coming up this year. We always announce a new product that comes out, and they always have a lot of other surprises up their sleeves. Do you want to be on my VIP list to be the first one that knows? And then you compile that list, even if it's only 4 people, and you text them first. You only let those 4 people know, and then come Monday, you text the rest of your customers and prospects. So that's how I like to do my VIP list a lot. Now, granted, my customer list is massive, so for me, trying to text them during Paw Fest and answer in a timely fashion does not happen. So I do wait until Monday, but still, it is something that I love being very diligent and making sure that the people that want to be on the VIP list, they really are the first ones to know. And then I let everybody else know later. So that way people do feel special. And a lot of times I'll even put the people that were on the VIP list, I'll text them so that they know, no, I really was the first person to know, because she didn't text just everybody. Like, oh, hey, we just announced. Like, I change up what I send to my full customer list that I don't send to the VIP list. So, or yeah, use your close friends in your stories. Like, hey, you can, actually, Caitlin, do you want to talk about how you can make that in your stories?
Give me 1 second.
Because I didn't know how to do that, so I'm going to put you on the spot.
I've had mine made for so long. Okay.
Instagram?
Yes. On Instagram, when you go to the three line, I guess I can't show you. When you go to the three lines in the top right, haha,
Hammer.
I have too many messages. Never mind. Ignore all that. Go to the three lines in the top right corner. And then you scroll down to who can see your content. And it should say account privacy. And then under that, it has close friends and it has like a little circle with a star in it. And in there, it'll show you, you can like search your followers and search who you're following. And you can add them to the list. So like mine right now has 28 people. I used this for people I know in person. When I was getting my puppy, I didn't let everyone know. I had very select people, apparently 28, on this close friend story. And so they got puppy updates of like, oh my goodness, you know, right now we're between these two. This is what she looks like. This is the name I picked out. This is how old she is. Oh my God, I found out which one's mine. Oh, I'm going to go fly out there tomorrow. And only these people knew the puppy was coming until I like hard launched her when I had her. So I'll erase all of these for Paw Fest like I do every year. And I'll put a story up and say, hey, who wants to be the first to know about new product launch? Who wants to be the first to know about all the new things in pawTree? And I'll put all of those people in my close friends story because you can only have one like list of close friends. And so those will be my people during Paw Fest, and those people will get like exclusive Paw Fest content that I'm not posting anywhere else. So they're getting the new product launch. I always do it like an hour before I actually post. So I'll be like, oh my gosh, we just launched. I'm posting this to everyone else in an hour. And then they'll just get some like behind the scenes of like my roommates and I being goofy. Shout out Sarah, you're gonna be in that this year. Or I think last year I might have put a picture of Pam and I just to say like, hey, like this could be you. Like Pam's on my team. She's my first ever pet pro here. Like, look how cool this is. We're having so much fun. And they'll just get some more behind the scenes that I'm not sharing anywhere else. And I try to keep it like, okay, I took this picture specifically for my close friend story. You will not find it on my Facebook. You will not find it on my feed. Like it's getting only put there for my VIPs. So that's how I've always done it. I know Joey uses, I think, Project Broadcast, but I've always done my close friend story and it seems to work. So that's how you do it.
I have questions though.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So any other tips or tricks or even questions about how to do social media before Paw Fest or around Paw Fest?
Danielle has a couple questions.
Okay.
So I've seen the close friends thing on Instagram, but I've never actually used it before. How does that show up in people's stories? Like, because you always see a lot of people's stories, but you don't usually see everyone's. Will they see yours over other people's? Or will it, how does that exactly work?
No. I think it still gets put in like the feed, like in the little scroll feed as it normally would. But so like if I'll just use Joey because I'm pretty sure she's on my close friend story. So if Joey's scrolling my stories and she knows like, hey, Caitlin's gonna be posting in her VIP group, I know I'm in that, and she's like keeping an eye on my stories, she'll not only see the stories that I'm posting. So let's say I posted my flight to Paw Fest, my dress rehearsal for something, and then I posted, oh, here's my roommates. And then my next story is a close friend story. Joey would be able to see that story, and it's going to have a green ring around my profile picture to show her there's something in my close friend story posted. And she can go click through my stories and find it. So she's not only seeing my close friend story, she's seeing everything else I posted. But if you were going through my close friend story, since you're not on it, you're not going to see this post of me saying, like, oh my God, countdown to new product. You're only going to see the plain dress rehearsal and room or whatever else I said, and then not see this. And then you would see the next story that I post if it's not a close friends, but you would never see this VIP list, and you wouldn't see the green bubble around my name saying, hey, there's something there. Only the people on that list do. I don't know if that makes sense. That was a
It
really
does. Now, does it alert people if you put them in there?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Like
Or if you pick them
I'm
out?
some people's close friend stories, but I don't even know them. Like I follow
Okay.
them, they put me in their close friend story, and I'm like, I don't know you.
It also doesn't tell you if like someone else removes you too.
That comes in clutch. I've removed people. But you shouldn't have to do that from your VIP list. But if you're trying to use it for other purposes, like you're getting a puppy and trying not to tell people and they're being obnoxious, then you could remove them and they won't even know.
I've never even used it. I've seen it, but I'm like, I don't know what that is.
It's a cool little tool.
Yeah, because I think too, like, can't you click Instagram, or is that different than favorites? Your
Yeah.
close friend. Okay.
I don't know what favorites is, so I don't know.
I think it's you can favorite accounts and on Instagram, and then that way you can click on the word Instagram when you go in there, and then there's a drop down. So either you can see your news feed of following or your favorites. So say you have people that you want to make sure that you are engaging on their stuff because you want them to be a pet pro or a customer. Now, if you're organized, I am not, but if you're an organized person, you could go in and favorite those people, and then that way you can click on that list and making sure that you're interacting with those people a lot and find them easily versus having to like go to each person's page individually and remember their names. You can just put them into your favorites list.
Okay, so to do that, because I just found it, since I just found out about this feature, go to the three dashes in the right-hand corner of your Instagram, type in favorites, and then it'll let you create a list. So I would go in, I sent some people in the message on here that are very active on social media. I think most of them are more on Facebook, but if you want to go favorite people to make sure if you're not coming to PawFest and want to see all of their content, I would favorite Sarah, Brett, Joey, me, Amy Johnson, Elka, Katie Miskovic, Kathleen Langsdale, Trisha, Brittany Charles, Kristen Velastro, and Laura Shorter. Those are the people when I think of like who is active during, and Krista Kenyon if she was going. When I think of like the people who are super active during these events, during Legacy, during PawFest, those are the people that I'm usually like, what are they posting, and how can I get inspired by what they're posting? There's a couple others, but those were the ones off the top of my head that I was like, yeah, those were the ones that I would definitely be watching out for.
Yeah. And then I just saw in here too. So both for close friends and favorites, there is a little thing at the top that it says how it works. And so you can click on that and learn the difference between the two. But those are two different options of being able to follow people to get some content ideas or to know what's in the know. I know Amy Johnson is always fabulous. She already made one post about pawTree. It's actually really, really good. She's like, this is why you want to become a pet pro right now, even though we have no idea where we're going on pawTree. So again, you could take that post, you can throw it into ChatGPT, make it sound more like you, stylize it so it sounds more like you, and maybe it's a tropical vacation that you took a different time, or whatever it is. But Amy is always really good at posting like right on it. I tend to not post as much because I'm usually crazy busy with all the other things, but I'm actually not doing anything for PawFest this year. Surprising, which is actually I'm okay with. Well, I guess there is technically one thing, but we're not actually doing anything for it. So, but yeah, so we will be getting you guys information as it comes available. So make sure that you are watching the Team Live Life Off Leash chat. We'll make sure things are getting posted in there. We'll also be posting things in the Proactive Pet Parent group. So make sure any of your prospects and customers are in that group. So if you feel that if maybe it's a busy weekend for you and you're not able to be sharing with them, they'll be able to get updates in the Proactive Pet Parent group. And yeah, so we got about 10 minutes left. Is there any other questions around this? or just in general?
We are here to help.
Crickets?
Okay. Well, sounds good, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. We're going to be doing we do these every
First Monday
every
of the
first
month.
Monday.
Yes.
Yes.
So we are already 7 days into earning pawTree points. So let's finish July strong. If you want to rank up, this is a really good month to do it. I know Caitlin's running hard for VP, and the way that they've done it in the past, when she makes VP, her and her team make VP this month, she may or may not close out Cat 2. That would be amazing. Let's do it. But I know, like Shannon, things that they've done in the past, and again, we don't know all of the details around it, but one of the things that they've done in the past is anybody that's in their fast start, like all the points that you've earned are doubled for your entire fast start. Again, I don't know if that's what they're doing this year. It's something that they've done in the past. It may or may not happen, but basically just run hard, run fast. This is the month that maybe start looking for vendor events. I know it's something that not a ton of the people do on our team, but we've had some really great success. Sarah's had amazing results with a vendor event. And so it could be something at a church. It could be like on last week, we had a whole training on the connection call about vendor events and things like that. So maybe it's finding one vendor event a week. I know that we have earned pawTree because of vendor events specifically. Like if we didn't have that vendor event, we wouldn't have made it on the cruise.
Yeah.
Because we were like last minute at a dog show. I was like, I'll give you a free sample if you just buy it right now. I was pulling out all the stops. So yeah, just be getting creative, be thinking of some things. I have lots and lots and lots of empties. So if anybody needs empties shipped to them, please let me know. So whether that is things that you want to be talking about on social media, if you can't afford to buy other products, or maybe you just haven't needed to buy a product, let me know. Because I have lots of empties that I could be sending you guys. Alex is like, you need to get rid of some of these. They're clogging up our pantry. Lots of plot control, guys.
Restack the pantry just to.
I know, you got to rearrange where it is. So yeah, Rachel, I can send you empties, even if it's just content ideas, but it's also great for vendor events. Even something that I've done too is I've put up a full display at my doggy daycare that I take my dogs to, and it just sat there for a long time as like a full display.
And there's several websites that you can get free QR codes for, so you can just put the QR code on there. Somebody could just scan it, take you right to the product on your website.
Yep. So get creative, guys. Let's earn those pawTree points. I know I want you guys on that pawTree. I am here to link arms with you and make it happen. So we will learn all of the details of where it is and how to earn it in just a couple of weeks. But be running hard if you want to be ranking up. This is definitely a month to do it, and we will help you. I will be like annoying you every single day. Okay, where you at? Where's your 11%? You at 12 yet? How can we get to 12? What are we doing?
Let's go.
Awesome, guys. Have a wonderful July. We will be talking to you guys soon, and be ready for Pop Fest. Bye.
Bye, guys.